You're listening to the Art of Quantum Healing podcast with your host, Lisa Nadler. Each week we'll be welcoming divine souls who have overcome trauma, mental health addiction, and found next level abundance through mind, body, and soul connection. We will be going deep on one subject to teach and guide you. My mission is to help you high vibe, thrive with inner peace, passion, and purpose, all in the name of evolution.
A little bit about me. I'm an activator of one's soul blueprint. I love what I do. My mission in life is to help you step with courage into your life purpose with flow, ease, and grace, and to heal what needs to be healed so you can expand as high as you can. Juicy, juicy, juicy. So welcome. And today I want to talk about the breakthrough, but not the actual breakthrough, that uncomfortable, sticky moment just before you're about to have your biggest breakthroughs. And this is unconditionally the time when most of us don't have the breakthrough, unfortunately. It's that time where it gets so uncomfortable that you really don't want to look at it, that you don't want to feel, that you don't want to acknowledge. And then there's that part of you that does want to feel, that does want to acknowledge. But unfortunately, the other part usually wins. And then what ends up happening is that we don't have our big breakthroughs. We don't have that beautiful healing. We don't step up into that new identity that we want to be, that we want to embody so we can move through to our higher ascension, to that next level of abundance, whether that's in fun, pleasure, play, wealth, business, life, it doesn't really matter. We end up going back to the comfortable. That bloody comfortable, right? And no matter how much we can want to push through, we find ourselves back there because the voices got too loud. The reasons why not to do something made sense. We justified. Can you feel me? I know the amount of times that I have sat in that place. And then there's the big one that really comes through is the imposter syndrome. And that's the one that has the big voice. That's the one that paralyzes you. That's the one that pushes you back. That's the one that doesn't allow you to go where you want to go, because it brings up all that fear. It hits those key points that it knows is going to keep you safe where it thinks you are right now, because that might be too scary. And then there's the other reason why you stay where you are with the imposter syndrome is that your body is trying to keep you what it thinks is safe. Maybe it's a bit scary looking that you need to look at. Maybe it's like blocks, programming, wiring, subconscious beliefs. They're the big one. They're the one that really keep you stuck, because when you're playing out within a subconscious belief, you're fighting against your internal world like nothing else. And even though you've got that part of you that wants that beautiful, juicy thing, sometimes it's just too scary to really go within and look at what needs to be looked and heal what needs to be healed and acknowledge. And that is the key, is the acknowledgement of knowing where you are. And when you feel that stickiness and that uncomfortable and that wanting to divert to something else and not look at it, and your attention starts wandering and you're like, oh yeah, I'll do that later, or I don't know if I can actually do that. And then instead of moving, and this is what's come through a lot with my clients the last week, is that you go into that place of not really honoring yourself, and you're like, well, what if? Well, what if that happened? And you start to justify why you're staying where you're staying and why you're keeping small, instead of moving into that space of I am. And I am is so powerful. It's what ignites your root chakra like nothing else. It ignites that power system, your creativity, your flow, your abundance. It really ignites it, and it forms this charge within you when you start allowing the noises to get less and less and less. And you start looking and acknowledging what you actually need to. The I am kicks in, and you find this powerful force that you've never had before. And all of a sudden, you move through that stickiness. You move through that uncomfortable because I am kicks in. I am that person. I am worthy of that. I do deserve it. I am not scared anymore. I am ready. Instead of, well, maybe I'm not. Maybe it's just good to stay where maybe. I'm safe where I am. The I am takes you to the place that you need to go because it shifts your perspective. It shifts you into a beautiful space of power. The fear, see you later. The amount of times that we fall short when we're about to have our biggest growth in our life, whether it be in life, whether it be in business, whether it be within ourselves, whether it be a new embodiment of a powerful version of us that's just sitting there waiting for us to walk into, to step into. But the fear gets so loud. The voices, the ego, the subconscious programming, the beliefs that are knocking on our door going, no, 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 no. It's too scary. Because most of the time we're not fear of failure, we're fear of success. We're scared of what's on the other side of that breakthrough. And that's what keeps us safe. That's what keeps us stuck. That's what keeps us in this holding pattern, in this comfy zone of just not allowing ourselves to heal what we need to heal. It keeps us in that space of being where we are right now. And sometimes there's nothing wrong with that, but other times you know that you want, that your desire is so strong for what's on the other side. But we allow the fear to kick in. We allow it to take over. We allow the voices to have control. Instead of honoring ourselves, honoring what we want, allowing, realizing that we are worthy of whatever we are desiring. And it's time for the voices to get quiet. It's time for us to take ownership of our life. It's time to push through that final breakthrough, that uncomfortable place, that feelings and the emotions are just so charged because you're worthy of it. The imposter syndrome is something that is a ruler of one's life if we allow it. It's the stepping into the embodiment of who you are. It's the owning who you are. Because with the I am, this is who I am, and already, I'm going to test it back. One of the most powerful things to do, and one of the powerful things I teach my clients, is to step into the energy and the identity of the person that you will become when you have what you desire. It is so powerful. Because when you are living from that space, you are unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. Because you're already become the person that you need to be able to hold that what you want, the container, the abundance, the wealth, the clients, the love, the passion, the relationship, whatever it is, you are already that person. And then your neurological pathways and your beliefs and your feelings and your emotions and your ego start to get quieter because it's like you're living from a different space. You're living from a different space. You're already accepting that you are that person. You're already reprogramming your subconscious to believe. your ego to get quieter. And all of a sudden, the beliefs that you hold that were not yours to start with, you start to question them. It's like, well, no, that wasn't my belief. That was one that was instilled in me that does not serve me in this new identity, in this person I now am, when I'm holding what I'm desiring. And the energy that I need to have within me. And I'm talking about frequency energy. I'm not talking about the energy. I'm talking about the energetic attachment, that energy that you need to hold to be able to have what you're desiring. It's a different sort of energy. So sit and think there. Who would you need to be able to hold what you desire? Feel the difference. It's pretty powerful, right? Would that person be allowing themselves to be just before they have a massive breakthrough or a shift in their life or step into a higher level of who they actually are or heal something they need to heal? Would they be sitting back and going, oh, no, that's a bit scary. No. Look over here. They'd be going, no, let me at it. Let me break through this because I know that what's on the other side of that is what I desire. It's what I'm worthy of. And I am enough, and I've always been enough. And I've been playing for small for far too long. I've been allowing somebody else's belief system, an old way of being, my old patterns, my old beliefs to hold me back. And this new person, this energy that I've stepped into, there's no way they could hold that or they could believe that when we have this. So why am I allowing that to keep hold of me? Why am I allowing that to keep me in that comfy zone? Because that comfy zone is keeping you small. That comfy zone is holding you back from what you truly desire. And it's time to be honest with yourself on what you actually do want. Because what's on the other side of those big breakthroughs, even if it feels sticky, even if it feels uncomfortable, there's so much joy, love, laughter, happiness. When we lean into that and the energy, and you lean into when you are that person and you're holding that container of what you're desiring, what is your frequency? It's happiness, it's joy, it's ease, it's flow. It's not the other. It's not the battling your head against a brick wall constantly, doing the same thing, exactly the same thing, expecting a different result. It's not living in the struggle. It's not living in the static energy. It's not living oh God. It's moving forward, even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable, because that's when you're going to have your greatest expansion within your life. A lot of the times we get ourselves into a state of when we're about to break through, when we're about to push into that juiciness, we're scared of what's on the other side. Absolutely. And that causes self-sabotage. It causes overwhelm. It causes us to stop. It causes us to go back into our old patterns. But the more and more you can push through, even if it's a little bit more, to stepping into more of that juicy worthiness, digging deep down and getting that courage that you have within you. You have so much courage. You have so much belief. You've got so much power within you that you haven't even begun to touch the surface. Because when you do, it doesn't matter what's on the other side of that scaredness, of that fear, of what you're going to be stepping into, of the success of when you have it, of being able to hold that container of, maybe it's money, maybe you're petrified of when you get to that other side. How am I going to hold that money? What am I going to do with it? It's just far too scary. Oh my God. And all the money stories come into your brain, etc. And it just starts this big roll-on effect. And that's what it used to do with me. So my biggest fear was not failure, it was success. And it was, if I had the money, then all this programming from my parents' beliefs came through. Rich people are assholes. People steal from other people. There's only so much money to go around, and you can only get more money if you're taking it from somebody else. Oh, if you have too much money, it's too many headaches. Oh my good God, it's too much. Most people that make money, they lose it. All this, and they weren't my beliefs. They were ones that had been installed in me. So what were they doing? They were absolutely stopping me from breaking through. Shit, I didn't want that. That was far too scary. Far too scary. Why would you want to be known as an arsehole? Why would you want to have all this money that you're just going to get scared of? Why would you, if you're going to lose it, why would you have it? It's too much stress. Why the heck would you want stress? I'm comfortable here. I'm feeling really comfortable. I created a very comfortable life where I was. It was great. I loved it. But I always wanted more. And I never thought I was worthy of it. And I always thought it was far too scary what was on the other side. And when you push through and you have your biggest breakthroughs and you move that radar of your worthiness up that little bit more, and more flows in, and you move it up a little bit more, and more flows in, and a little bit more, and more flows in, oh, it is worth it. And if you need to do a little bit of healing on the way, lean into it even more. If you need to learn a few lessons, if you have a few little bits of failure, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the big picture of life. And remember, I always say, it's a journey, not a destination. And sometimes our biggest joy comes just after we have our biggest failure, because we realize, and failure is just growth. It's just beautiful growth. Because you're going to come out twice as hard next time. And you're going to know, you're going to learn. You can't tell me that when you rode a bike, when you were growing up, that if you fell over once, you'd be like, I'm not getting on that bike again. No way, no bloody, you were right back on there, man. And you were trying and trying. Get rid of these 3 wheels. I want to go to 2. That's what you need to bring into your life. It doesn't matter what part that you want. It doesn't have to be around money. It could be around opening yourself up to more love. It could be around changing something within yourself that you've always wanted to change. It could be about opening yourself up to just more abundance of fun, passion, play. So when you're about to have your biggest breakthrough, stop and realize what you're actually scared of. What is the fear? Acknowledge it. Because acknowledging and understanding is where your greatest power is in life. It's a time not to be beating yourself up. It's a time to be leaning in. I love that saying, lean in. Just lean in that little bit more to understand. Lean that little bit more to acknowledge. Lean that little bit more to release, to grow, to expand, to honor thyself. That little bit more for your, that higher level of worthiness. It's not greedy to want more. You're deserving of anything that you desire. You just have to dig deep and find that courage to allow it to come out to play and yourself to receive it. Your greatest growth comes in understanding. Sometimes we don't need to go into what we actually need to do. We just need to understand it so we can see what we're doing. And that's power. That's your power. Because remember when I said, I can't remember what day it was, that we look outside for our power? Or if I have more of this, if I do more systems, if I allow myself to do this. No, your power all lies within. When you're constantly seeking, you're giving others your power. You know what you need to do. You know what you need to heal. You know where you need to go. You know what fear's coming up. You know it all. And you are your greatest healer. Your greatest healer. You're your one true healer. People like me just stand beside you and allow you to see what you need to see so you can heal, and you do the healing. Anyone that says they can heal you, you're your greatest healer. You are the healer. So where are you going to heal yourself so you can expand more? Where are you going to heal yourself so you can break through? Where are you going to give yourself the gift of some beautiful more love and laughter? Where are you going to allow yourself to open yourself up to love? Or are you going to keep living in the fear and the beliefs and the illusion of what you're telling yourself? I think that's all that's coming through. So I want you to allow yourself to acknowledge, because that's your greatest power. Lean into the uncomfortable. Step into that embodiment of who you will be when you have what you want to hold. And go from that place. Live from that energy. Live from that frequency. Live from that part of love. The joy, the happiness of when you have it. And watch yourself move forward rapidly. But do remember, it's not a race. Allow yourself to heal what needs to be healed as you're moving through, to rewrite new beliefs, to understand what's happening, because that is the greatest gift you can give yourself. I'd love to hear if anything flowed through from this. I'd also love to hear what the biggest breakthrough that you're really wanting to get to, but you just can't quite get to. And as always, I'm always here to help, guide, and assist. Thank you for coming on and giving me your precious time. And I'm sending you all so much love.
Thank you so much for listening to today's podcast. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel and help us grow the community by sharing it with your friends. I am your host, Lisa Nadler, and this is The Art of Quantum Healing.